What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Inside ACW. Today I am joined by a very special guest, the three-time World Generational Champion, Human Phoenix. Welcome, Phoenix.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you, buddy. We've been trying to get you on the show for a very long time.
Yes, just trying to get everyone to be excited and know the expectations.
Build up the expectations. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, people are definitely looking forward to hearing this one. I think you seen last night in the chat. Everyone was like, oh my god, Phoenix is going to be on Inside ACW. Let's do it. But of course, Phoenix, I like to do this to everyone when they first come into the call. It's kind of like a nice little segue into Inside ACW, of course. We like to talk about the previous pay-per-view the night before. So I want to get your thoughts on Judgment Day.
Yeah, it was perfect. Everything was a lot of action, a lot of excitement. There was just everything going on.
Oh, there was definitely a bit of everything going on. Let's talk about the let's talk about the women's match, for example. I know that's Dive's superstar Lucille, but what are your thoughts on that match?
I think it was very one-sided. Lucille was dominant through the whole match. It was clear from the start who was going to win.
You really thought Lucille was guaranteed to win from the beginning?
Yeah. 100%.
I don't know. I kind of thought maybe Rhea, when she started to come back near the end of the match, I thought she had a really big chance till she made that massive mistake. Crashed and burned.
Yeah.
That was painful.
Yeah. You always have to take risks, but not 100% guarantee to pay off for you.
Oh, 100%. It definitely didn't pay off for her last night. That was rough.
No, it did not.
But of course, now, speaking of championships, there has to be one match that we have to discuss today, is Dwayne Phoenix versus Dive on Inla. Of course, a family affair between yourselves last night for the World Championship. What are your thoughts on the main event last night?
It was very back-to-back. I thought Dwayne was the dominate for most of the match, but then obviously there was a slip-up via the end, and then obviously Dive got a signature off, and then he finished it off with the coast to coast, and then obviously I think I knocked him out a bit, so he was a bit out of it. Then
it ended. Crazy. Then that match is crazy. When you hit that spear, I thought that's it. Dive's done for.
I thought that was it. Yeah.
There was no way he was getting for that. But then, of course, we seen he did and hit the $1 million coast to coast. Yeah. Man, that had to hurt. When you seen that coming in, you got to be like, oh no.
I thought I knew it was over then.
It was unfortunate last night, but I guarantee you Dwayne will be coming back for that world title sometime soon.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
So, of course, Vince, I want to ask you next, how did you very first find ACW on Mixer?
It was actually from Dive on Inla.
I had a feeling you'd say that. So I actually have a follow-up question to go alongside that. Of course, now that we all kind of had a feeling Dive kind of got you introduced into ACW, which is awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Dive. What were your first impressions when you first found the show?
Amazing, because I haven't been, I used to be like WWE was my thing to watch when I was young. It was like when I saw that, I was like, oh my! It was a more an adult version, so he actually like shooted, and it was interactions and all that stuff. It was amazing. Joined in, and then obviously.
So there was enough to pull you in straight off the bat, then, yeah?
Yeah, straight away.
I'm glad to hear that. So, of course, you came in Generation 1 with a very interesting superstar. People might remember Hellboy. How did Hellboy come about?
It was more like Roman Reigns, but then obviously with the name, I wasn't sure with it. So I thought because I watched Hellboy like the movie before, the previous night, so I was like, hey, you Hellboy. So
that's kind of always wondering where the name Hellboy came from, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we finally have clarification. Phoenix was just watching Hellboy the night before and went, yes, that works.
Yeah.
Fair enough. At least you're honest about it, man. At least you're honest about it. But like looking back at Hellboy's career, like it seems like a long time ago, and it really was nearly 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Of course, but he went on to do some amazing things. Like we always thought a guy called Hellboy isn't going to do much, but no, he did big things. Like, of course, he went on to become the very first King of the Ring. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, with all the matches, he bled in every single one of them. So I thought the first match when he bled, I thought it was over. And then he came back. I was like, oh my, no, he's not going to be able to get the second match. And then he got the second and third, and then the final, obviously. Then he got bled. Oh, it was amazing.
It was a bloodbath for him that night. Like, I swear the EMTs were definitely busy with him, busted open every single time. It was crazy. And of course, right after that match, we did something special. We gave you a world title shot, where you then went on to beat Shadow in the Hell in a Cell. Oh my god, how did you feel when you won the world title after all that?
It was hype, there was excitement, there was happiness, there was just everything in one.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was,
I remember how I felt at the time. I was genuinely stunned. I couldn't believe he won for like the beating he took all night and still went on to win. And I was like, nah, he ain't win that world title now. He's done for. He's absolutely done for. and then went on to win the whole damn thing. It's like nothing but respect.
That's what was the Hellboy was for. Yeah. Never giving up.
It really was, and that seemed to really push on throughout every single character you've ever had in ACW.
Yeah.
And because that brings me straight to Justin Phoenix. Now, he, of course, went from Gen 1 to Gen 2, and he, of course, arrived with Dive in Evolution. What were your thoughts on Justin Phoenix when he first landed in ACW?
Thought he was sick, especially with Evolution as well. It fit in perfectly. It was the dominant team. He was perfect.
Oh, he really, really was perfect in Evolution. I thought it was a definite interesting way to bring him in and introduce him to the ACW universe. But Phoenix, of course, he went on to do some very impressive things himself. Of course, he won the World Championship, and of course, he competed also in the inaugural King of the Ring. Now, unfortunately, Phoenix didn't win King of the Ring, but I want to talk about that as well now, because King of the Ring is definitely a big part of your time in ACW. You've always been the main guy in King of the Ring, winning the first one. But how did you feel, of course, when you got to the final against Damien Inler? Like, that must have been intense.
It was like a family feud over again. But obviously it was... But either way, it was still family wins, but like the Inlers always win the King of the Ring.
They seem to do that, don't they?
Yeah.
Dive's got to win.
It's like a thing we have to, yeah.
Phoenix, that's what. Dive's got to win. Damien's got to win now. Are you planning on taking it back this year?
I hope so. I really hope so. Keep it going.
Oh, yes. I'd love to see that, if Hellboy wins the first one for you, Dive and Damien take the second two, you take the last one. Oh, that would just really end Dive's grill. Because, that's not the only thing, of course, Dwayne did. There was a massive feud Justin was in, of course, with the Beast, Dante. What are your thoughts on Dante and Justin? I swear I got it right. See, what was your thoughts on Justin versus Dante?
It was very, but there was loads of action. It was all power between both of them. It was just, because at first obviously Dante was on a roll. He was beating everyone. I was like, he's gonna make him look, like a bitch.
Fair, yeah. To be fair, we all thought the same thing.
No. And then he just brought it out of nowhere, and I was like, oh my. And then he won, and I was like, oh no, fuck, what?
That first win over Dante was crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was speechless.
I think everyone was. I remember watching that match that night, and the back and forth between them for weeks was crazy, and that huge FU to put him down felt so... I think everybody just felt so good watching your character do that, and it was like, finally, someone's put him down. It led to things like Nathan Henderson and Alistair getting wins over Dante. He showed people that they could do it. It was doable. Yeah. That was all thanks to you. But of course, now, eventually we did have to retire good old Justin Phoenix, which was a sad day for us all.
Yeah.
That was a horrible day. How did you feel watching his career? Do you think he was retired at the right time? I think he didn't get a little bit more left in him.
I'm not because he was at first, at the start, he was great. And then towards the end, it was just I think it was after Dante. Like something... Like he had all that thing, but I think he gave too much for in Dante, so he kind of lost it at the end.
Kind of gave everything he had towards the Dante Wars. Yeah, I agree.
That's what I think.
It was such a shame to see him go on such a downward spiral. Like we had to stop using him for a while because we're like, God, what do we do with this guy? We're giving him opportunity after opportunity. He just can't get it going. So I think retirement at the time was probably the right choice for him.
The best, yeah.
But he's definitely missed though. I always enjoyed Justin Phoenix coming out every single night. He was such a great character. But of course, with one character saying goodbye, we did then get the birth of the big dog. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about officially Dwayne Phoenix. This man is a monster. If you haven't seen him on ACW, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta go and check out Dwayne Phoenix. This man, I know he didn't win the world title on Judgment Day, but it's only a matter of time before he comes for that championship and destroys anybody in his path. What are your thoughts on the debut of Dwayne Phoenix?
It was amazing. He dominated. I can't remember who it was, but he dominated. He just put him. It was like he was nothing. Just there you go. Next up, please.
I think it was Xander Harris. He absolutely dominated.
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
think,
yes.
Come on, yeah.
That was brutal.
He just did nothing.
He went on to what, a 5-win streak? I think it was about 5 wins until he ran into me.
Yeah. It's like a brick wall there.
Oh, I don't know. I remember the first match. You were in a rivalry with someone. You were supposed to have a match where I think it was Jericho or something. And Reneth comes out and goes, no, you're facing me, big boy. And then you whooped Reneth's ass up and down that ring.
Yeah.
It was painful. And of course, that brought out the Wraith, which was a whole different story. Of course, the Wraith able to
that was
cost you your first win.
Yes, it did.
Lead into that brutal tables match where you got your payback. How does that feel? How did it feel when
I
you
got
put the
that.
Wraith through a table?
Amazing, because obviously he was the the monster, the demon, and then obviously I thought I wasn't gonna. It was a chance, but then it was obviously the slim chance. But obviously he took the chances and he beat you.
Oh, it was brutal. I love that match, the person
Yeah,
that tables match. I was like, oh no,
yeah.
splinters for days. But
It was bad.
it was a great back and forth match until
Yeah,
finally my ass got plowed through a table.
yeah.
Never thought I'd say that. But a good time though, nonetheless, absolutely good time. So it goes now
Yes.
with Dwayne. Of course, he's moving on. He became. So I actually want to talk about Dwayne again, back more, a bit more with Gen 2. Of course, he was also the inmate champion. Like, yeah, he was defeated by Wraith, but it
Yeah.
didn't stop him there because he went straight after
No,
that defeat and went straight to the inmate championship. He absolutely
you can never
dominated.
keep him down.
Oh no, you can never keep him down. Never
No.
keep Dwayne down. That's what I'm thinking, ladies and gentlemen. Dwayne guaranteed world champion. You see, you heard it here. I guarantee it's gonna happen. But of course, I want to talk about End of Days 5. That knockout match between yourself and Owen. Oh my god, was that a slugfest?
It was a back and forth, and then I think Dwayne made a mistake with something. I can't remember what. But then obviously Owen just he did that was it backbreaker?
That's it. Yeah, it's the Irish curse.
Yeah, the Irish curse. Yeah, he kept doing, and yeah, that just it really put Dwayne down, and then obviously Owen only had to do what was it?
The big old bro
Was
kick.
it, yeah, bro kick, yeah, and then that just knocked him out. Then
That was so painful to see as well. Like Dwayne was on
yeah, it
such
was
a
very
roll. But to be fair, Dwayne still gets to move on. Owen, got his big moment to retire as inmate champion.
yeah,
So, a bit of a pass in the torch almost. But now, of
yeah.
course, we move into Gen 3. What are your thoughts on the new stars joining us for ACW Gen 3?
Obviously with the Lucille, she's very dark, very very powerful. Morgan, he put out a very good match against.
Oh, Daryl. Oh, damn. He beat Daryl. But who would you be your favorite new superstar coming into Gen 3?
I think it has to be Lucille between the entrance and everything, or the men. Between, let's say, Morgan, the Devilish the Ascension.
The Ascension, yes. Henry Devilstar and
Yeah,
Devilish.
that's an interesting team right there. The names as well. It's very interesting.
I can't
What
wait to
they
see
do
what
in the
they're going to do.
future. Yeah.
Yeah, what they do in the future, I can't wait to see what they're going to do. It's going to be interesting. I really thought they would have won the tag team championships last night, but
Yeah.
that was any
It
man's
wasn't to be. Yeah.
any man's madness. But of course, what are your thoughts on the future of Dwayne Phoenix? Do you think he's going to go on and become the world champion? Do you think he's going to go down the routes of Justin Phoenix, or do you think he could be a future King of the Ring winner?
I think he's gonna win the world heavyweight. I think he's the second chance. He will not. He won't need another chance. That will be the winning one.
I like that.
And then King of the Ring. I really hope he does that, just because of the with the Inlers and everyone, all of us winning the men's one.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has to.
Yeah, it's almost a point now. It's just like this is your legacy. If you don't win this,
Yeah.
you let the family down.
Yeah. It's like, but nah. I think he has to win. I think he will win the world heavyweight, and then the King of the Ring. I think he has to.
A lot of pressure on Dwayne this year, but I don't know. I think Dwayne probably has to be the favorite going into King of the Ring at some point, whenever it may roll around. But best of luck to him, of course. I really do wish him the best, but I also wish the best of luck to everyone that faces him that night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Like my money, if I was a betting man, I would definitely put my money on Dwayne Phoenix to win the King of the Ring.
Dwayne, yes, 100%. Then.
So, of course, one last quick
guaranteed
question
money.
for you, before we wrap this up. What are your thoughts on the ACW ending this year? Like, of course, we don't know if 2K22 is going to be a good game. We don't know if it's going to continue on with ACW. What are your thoughts? Would you be sad, or are you happy to? Do you think ACW has run its course yet?
No, I definitely it will be sad if it does, obviously, because it's something to be excited for, the Tuesdays, the Thursdays, and every second Saturday. It's something to look forward to. We have something, and then obviously if it's gone, then it's like just something's gone out of our lives. Yeah.
That's
No,
sweet.
then so just hope it's not the same mistake they did in 2K20. Yeah.
Oh god, definitely. Hey, even if this game
really hope,
works, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's mostly
carry
what
on.
we need. But Phoenix, thank you so much for joining us today for Inside ACW.
Thanks for having me.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, more than I expected, because obviously wasn't sure about this, and I was like, and then obviously you asked me again, and I was like, yeah, let's do this.
But would you do it again then?
But yeah, probably. And knowing what I'm going to be doing is that, like what I've done. Yeah, I think I would.
Good, I'm glad to hear it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to Inside ACW today. Of course, again, thank you again to Human Phoenix. It's been very interesting to hear what Phoenix thoughts are, of course, on all the different generations, guys. We wish Dwayne Phoenix the best of luck going forward in ACW. We've already heard it tonight, guys. Phoenix already said it. He's guaranteed to be world champion. And he's pretty damn sure he's going to win the King of the Ring as well. A big, big year for Dwayne Phoenix. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, stay crazy. Phoenix?
Stay psychotic.
Oh, hell yeah.